Namaste. Today is the fourth day of Navratri and we worship Maa Kushmanda today. Maa Kushmanda is also known as Ashtapuji Devi. The Ashtapuji means the one who has 8 hands. In her right hand, Maa Kushmanda has Kamandal, bow, arrow and lotus flower. Whereas in her left hand, she has Amrit Kalash, Gada, Chakra and Japmala. The name Kushmanda suggests that Ku is a very little, Ushma is energy, and Anda is the egg. And Maa Kushmanda is known to be the mother of the universe, the creator of the universe or the Brahmanda. It is known that just by her flash a smile, she created this entire Brahmanda. As she is the beginner of the life, she gives lot of warmth, strength and good health to all her disciples. Just the way Makushwanda is the one who is creator of life, I tried to correlated it with the germination of the seeds. The way the seeds germinate or sprout, it is also a beginning of a new life of a plant or a seed. Germination is a very important process which starts by just soaking the seeds, hydrating them and sprouting to follow a lot of chemical reactions which takes place during the germination process, and it has lot of endogenous as well as the enzymatic changes. Because of there are lot of health benefits, lot of improvement in terms of bioavailability and digestibility of cereals and pulses are observed. As we know, there are a lot of factors that reduce the nutritional property or nutritional value of cereals and pulses. For example, enzyme inhibitors, lot of anti-nutritional components that limit the protein digestibility and its bioavailability. With the process of germination, we are able to improve the digestion and bioavailability. There are certain effects which are observed on both macronutrients as well as the micronutrients present in the cereals and pulses. If we talk about the carbohydrates, they triggers the enzymatic activities in the sprouting seeds, and that leads to the breakdown of the carbohydrates, the starch, the complex carbohydrates into the smaller or a simpler carbohydrates. Certain amylolytic proteins, amylases, enzymes involved in the process to improve the digestibility of the cereals, whereas also the pulses. When we talk about the proteins, we get, as a professional, we get this very challenging when a vegetarian person come to us with a high requirement of protein. They often complain about the digestion issues. In that case, I would suggest all those who are vegetarian and depend a lot on the pulses and legumes for their protein requirements, do germinate your seeds, do germinate your pulses, moong dal, chana dal, soy products, soya seeds, soya bean seeds, and you will find it better in digestibility because of the improvement in the digestibility after germination has been attributed to the enzymatic hydrolysis and compositional changes following the degradation of certain constituents such as phytic acid, polyphenols, and protease inhibitors in the proteins. The germination also improves the micronutrients, which are vitamins and minerals. There are certain biochemical processes which are occurring during the germination and can generate a lot of bioactive components such as vitamin C, biotin, riboflavin, thiamine, pantothenic acid, niacin, tocopherols, and a lot of other phenolic compounds also increase, and also their bioavailability increases. So with this, not only the proteins which is present in your legumes are helpful or better digested or absorbed in the body, but you also get certain additional vitamins and minerals by simply germinating or sprouting your seeds, your pulses, your grains. That is the reason we recommend the germinated or sprouted seeds, pulses in a very large quantities. At least one time a day, a sprout salad really helps if you incorporate in your food. They also affect on certain functional properties of the food, as they help, germination process helps in breaking down the higher molecular weight polymers during the germination, and they generate a lot of biofunctional substances which are responsible for improvement in the organoleptic properties as well as the overall texture of the food. As a dietitians, we often get this issue of altered change or the acceptability of the food items in terms of the sensory as well as the organoleptic properties, in simple terms, in taste. So by germination process, even the dals or the whole seeds, whole pulses, the texture and other taste also improves. So you can make certain tikki, certain sprouted dals ka chila, though it is best to have raw, because as I have just mentioned that vitamin C increases, and I have been mentioning this, that vitamin C get destroys while cooking or by exposing to the heat. So in order to conserve the nutrients or the improvements that you attain by the process of germination, it is always advisable to use the sprouted cereals and pulses raw, not the cereals, pulses especially, because cereals need a bit of cooking to further simplify them. For example, the wheat dalia we use, in that also we sprout the grain, the wheat, and then we roast it, then we dry it, and then we process it for the dalia. The right process is that. If you see the ragi huri huttu, it's a very famous millet in southern part of the country. That is also ragi huri huttu. They sprout it first, then dry it, then roast it, make a powder of it, and it is a ready to drink uh, meal, very very famous in the southern part of the country, just like a sattu in the North India. Similarly, there are a lot of improvement in the anti-nutritional property of the cereals and pulses by simply doing the germination process. The germination plays an important role in reducing the certain anti-nutritional factors present, which are like phytic acid, trypsin inhibitors, and certain oligosaccharides in the cereals and pulses. So overall, if you see, there are so many good effects of germination on the cereals and pulses, and if we do that, we can definitely have a better digestibility and bioavailability of our cereals and pulses, and we can attain the good health by simply doing certain little modifications in the food. So to incorporate germinated sprout salad in your diet every day and have your protein requirements met and also improved bioavailability. With this, I would like to end my session. And yes, you all must have observed that over a period of time, there are a lot of encouragement, or there are a lot of increased demand or supply of the sprouted pulses these days. Few years back, if we remember, it was not so easily available either on the online shopping portal or the offline shops. But these days, it is very well available on all the shelves of all the supermarkets, the small fruit seller shop, even a smaller vendor who's a roadside vendor, or if you go for the certain online shopping portals. So do take advantage of this development, which is very healthy and helpful, and stay healthy. We'll see you all tomorrow with another session. Till then, take care. Namaste.